Welcome to our talk today about stars. We will focus on May 2025. It seems that after those slower months, quite an energetic whirlwind is coming.
Yeah, it looks like that. Mainly the planets are clustering in fire. And what's big? Saturn is finally leaving Pisces and going into Aries.
That's a big deal, right? When was the last time that happened, actually? The late 1990s.
Exactly. 1996 to 99. So we can expect more of that assertiveness, courage, and possibly pressure to build something new.
All right. So let's mainly look at two key lunar phases. The floral full moon in Scorpio.
That will be intense. That is the 12th of May.
And then the new moon in Gemini at the end of the month on the 27th of May. And we should probably also mention Pluto, how it's retrograde.
Sure, the retrograde Pluto will also be important. The goal is simply to understand those contrasts, the moon's dynamics.
All right. So let's talk about the full moon on the evening of the 12th of May in Scorpio. The name flower moon sounds nice, spring and all that.
Well, sure, but Scorpio, that's immersion, deep emotions, transformation, revealing things.
Exactly. And there's that tension with Taurus where the sun is?
Yes, the Taurus-Scorpio axis. Taurus wants peace, stability, material security. Simply what we can touch.
What we think we want.
Exactly. And the moon in Scorpio pushes us towards what we might need. That emotional depth, intensity, perhaps even dealing with shared resources, intimacy, power.
And this time it might be more dramatic. The moon is opposed to the sun and also opposed to Uranus in Taurus. Uranus, the planet of upheavals. What could it do?
Well, it can bring unexpected events, something that shakes our certainties.
Like in finances or relationships?
It can be both. Sudden fluctuations, revelations of some secrets, or just that feeling that the ground is shifting beneath us. Kind of like a tornado.
Tornado. That sounds, well, intense.
It's strong. It will probably be important to keep a cool head, stay objective, and use the shake-up for awareness. Moreover, there is also tension between Pluto and Mercury.
Which means?
It can be a tendency towards stubbornness, forcefully asserting opinions, or just revealing those unpleasant pieces of information. But be careful. There are also nice aspects. For example, Venus in Aries in harmony with Mars in Leo. This brings passion, the courage to act according to the heart, and to transform relationships positively.
And you mentioned that the resolution of the Taurus-Scorpio tension might come through Jupiter in Gemini, like through communication.
Exactly. There is a so-called T-square with Jupiter at the peak. So the key is to talk about it. Be flexible. Seek new information, new perspectives. Not just involve emotions or possessions, but also the mind.
So, the advice for this full moon period is to be honest with yourself about emotions, values, maybe reevaluate finances, embrace change.
Yes, and to communicate. It's a powerful time for emotional cleansing, for deciding what no longer serves us.
All right. So that was the intense Scorpio. And then on the 27th of May, a change will come with the new moon in Gemini.
Yeah, it will be a relief, lighter energy. The sun and the moon will meet in Gemini.
Fresh wind, communication, thinking, learning, contacts.
Exactly. Geminis are curious, intellectual, social. It's an ideal time for new projects, writing, speaking, business, technology, or just enjoying more fun, learning, and short travels.
Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, will be where? Still in Taurus or already in Gemini?
It depends on the exact date, but it will either be in practical Taurus or already in fast Gemini. And Venus will also move into Gemini, bringing lightness in relationships, flirtation, humor.
Mars in Leo with Neptune also suggests something. Creativity?
Yes, around the 22nd of May, there's a Mars-Neptune trine. That's inspiration, idealism in actions, creative energy.
But you said that something important will happen just before the new moon.
Jupiter. Yes, on the 26th of May, the day before the new moon, Jupiter enters Cancer. And that is a big
From
shift.
Gemini to Cancer, from head to heart.
Can it be said like that? The focus shifts from purely mental things, communication, to emotions, home, family, safety, care. So even those new Gemini ideas will probably have deeper, more emotional motivations.
Interesting. So how to use this new moon? Set intentions regarding communication, learning, networking.
Certainly. Brainstorm, connect, be flexible. But don't forget that new dimension, the home, the emotions. thanks to Jupiter in Cancer.
Exactly. Seek balance, use the Gemini spark, but don't lose touch with your roots and needs.
And beware of distraction. Geminis can be everywhere and nowhere.
Choose a few things.
So-
And then that Pluto. Since the beginning of May, it has been retrograde in Aquarius. What does that mean for
No.
us?
Retrograde Pluto. That's like a deep cleansing. It forces us to look at things beneath
What
the
things?
surface. Deeply ingrained behavior patterns, power games within ourselves and in relationships, hidden fears, obsolete beliefs that hold us back. It's a time for detoxing from unhealthy things.
Preparing for the future.
Exactly. Preparation for the big changes that are coming, especially in the year 2026, when not only Saturn but also Neptune enters Aries. That will be a completely new
So,
chapter.
May, a month of contrasts. It starts with action, then a deep dive at the full moon, then refreshment at the new moon, and in the midst of it, the Plutonian cleanup and renewed focus on home and emotions.
It is very dynamic, yes. Preparatory, it forces us to go inside and out at the same time, to broaden horizons and clean the foundations.
So, if we were to summarize the key message of May, embrace transformation, communicate wisely, be active, but also perceive those deeper needs.
Yes, that sounds good. Embrace change, communicate, act, but reflect.
And any final thought for reflection?
Maybe this. How can exactly this combination, the need for profound transformation that Scorpio and Pluto bring, while simultaneously absorbing new information and contacts from the energy of Gemini, how can all of this lay the groundwork for completely new life structures? For those ideals that will start to fully take shape precisely in the year 2026.